You know, we have countries like Switzerland and China all testing out the digital currencies. How are you gearing up for the disruption of money with central bank digital currencies? How will it change the way you and other banks operate in future?
Probably fundamentally. While we're not formally involved, no foreign banks are involved in the Chinese ECNY, I think we're as close to that as we can be to understand how that digital currency can be used for cross-border trade. Going back 5 years, we had digital currency underpinned trade finance and money settlement systems, and using as a medium of exchange, using things like Ripple's XRP, for example, as a medium to affect real-time cross-border payments. And we learn through each one of these pilots, and we realize that these things can be cheaper and faster with lower settlement risk, which is a good thing for the system. If the underlying currency that you're using as a medium of exchange is unstable, Bitcoin, for example, it's very volatile, as we know, although it's also big and liquid. Finding the trade-offs so that the system can actually be safer and cheaper and more effective, and at the same time, suitable for the user who doesn't want to take any market risk or operational risk along the way. I think we're still figuring that out. And I think that's the big use case.
Is it only a matter of time before you get into Bitcoin trading for your clients?
It is only a matter of time and regulatory forbearance. Because right now, it's almost impossible for a bank to be a market maker in cryptocurrencies. The capital requirements, and let's just leave it at the capital requirements, are severe. So as a practical matter, you could play around a little bit, but we couldn't service our clients. The Bitcoin market is also largely a retail market, and there are real, both know your customer considerations, but also customer risk considerations. So I think we're away from that. Much more interesting is playing in the metaverse underlying ecosystem, which is more likely to be based on Ether or Ethereum, because that market is more supervised and a little bit more relevant in terms of being used as a medium of exchange or as a reference point. So I imagine some would think that the metaverse is a fad, or that the virtual world is a fad, or the digital assets are a fad. I don't think so. I think they're here to stay because they provide an underlying service to the digital economy that is different than what a fiat currency can provide. Customers want to use these instruments. We're just beginning to understand how they can be used.